Hello, Harvest Vineyard family. During 2021, we've been going through Jesus' most famous teaching, the Sermon on the Mount. Uniquely deep and powerful, the Sermon on the Mount is one of the Bible's key passages for teaching us how to walk in the countercultural way of King Jesus. We want to take Jesus seriously and allow Jesus' radical teaching to challenge and shape the way we live as we pursue the reality of God's present kingdom available to us right now. We're up to Matthew chapter 6, where we get to some of Jesus' teaching on prayer in what we now often refer to as the Lord's Prayer. We'll be spending some intentional time talking through various aspects of prayer as we dig into this section in a little series within a series called Teach Us to Pray. The Gospel of Luke records the Lord's Prayer in Luke 11, and just before it does, here's what we read. One day Jesus was praying in a certain place. When he finished, one of his disciples said to him, "Lord, teach us to pray, just as John taught his disciples." And then Jesus follows with the Lord's Prayer. Whenever I read this, I always find myself saying, I would have said the same thing. They observed Jesus praying so often and operating in such intimacy with the Father and with such power. I see why they would say, "Teach us to pray like you, Jesus." So as we drill down a bit over these weeks, we'll be touching on a variety of topics, including prayer, forgiveness, and fasting. I want us to collectively go to Jesus and say, "Lord, teach us to pray. Teach me to pray individually. Teach us to pray as a church family." One thing I know is true. Whether you've been a praying person for many decades or you're just now thinking about it, everyone is a beginner in prayer. There's so much to experience and so many ways for us to grow. We always feel like we're beginners. And that's a good thing. Let's just take another step together in learning from Jesus about prayer. If you'd like to go deeper, we're going to make these books available at our Welcome Center for $10 starting July 18th. It's called How to Pray, a simple guide for normal people. Sounds like that'd be about perfect for us, right? The author is Pete Greig. Some of you have heard of Pete from the 24/7 prayer movement or from what is one of my favorite apps, Lectio 365. I'd highly recommend this book for you personally or for your small group. I hope you can join us as we work together through Teach Us to Pray. I'd like to close this by reading the Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen. Let's take some new steps in prayer together. God bless you.